And I told you that Jada was addicted to So how Jada would watch at the house is she had her laptop, she would stick her hard drive in, right? Boom, and hook it up to the TV. Being around Will for 38 years and Jada for almost 3 decades, I saw a lot of things that I believe to be criminal.
If you expect to be with somebody forever, then let's be honest about that from the very start. And speaking of honesty, Will Smith just said something nobody saw coming. After years of rumors, whispers, and non-stop cheating allegations, it looks like karma may finally be knocking on Jada Pinkett Smith's door. Reports are now swirling about a federal investigation tied to Jada, along with a $3 million lawsuit accusing her of threatening someone's life. And this time, it doesn't look like she's walking away untouched. In this video, we're breaking down everything Jada has allegedly been mixed up in over the years and name it exactly who's coming for her now.
Recently, you've opened up and talked about back in your early days when you were younger. You said that you were a drug dealer, and you said you just decided that this one little piece was important to share.
A bad one at that.
You weren't even a good drug dealer?
I wasn't a good one.
Oh, no. But you said it was finally time to share. So why was now the time?
Well, I felt like there had been, and still is, a lot of missing pieces to my relationship with Tupac, and I know that there's a lot of intrigue around.
Let's be real. Jada has been telling on herself for years, from alleged drug dealing back in the day to repeatedly cheating on Will, and now accusations involving threats. Her past is anything but clean. Jada has also developed a reputation for publicly embarrassing Will, and her memoir, Worthy, only added fuel to that fire. In 2023, Jada dropped what she called a no-holds-barred memoir, where she openly admitted to cheating on Will multiple times. When Will confronted her about it on Red Table Talk, Jada somehow flipped the script and blamed him. As promised, Jada brought herself to the red table, and shockingly, Will sat right beside her. They talked about pain, healing, and yes, the infamous entanglement with August Alsina. Recently, August confirmed he was in a relationship with Jada while she was still married. Despite earlier denials, Jada eventually admitted the relationship did in fact happen.
It's a situation that I considered private.
You just feel like it ain't really nobody's business. Yeah. But now Black Twitter has claimed it as their business.
During the 12-minute Red Table Talk episode, Jada sat down with Will to explain how she met August 4.5 years ago. But the friendship didn't turn into something more until she and Will were ready to call it quits.
You and I were going through a very difficult time.
Yeah.
And we decided...
I was done with your ass.
Yeah, you kicked me to the curb.
I was done with you.
Yeah.
Marriages have that, though. Marriages have that.
Yeah, we basically, we broke up.
And then what did you do, Jada?
Well, I think from there, as time went on, I got into a different kind of entanglement with August.
Yes, we know entanglement is vague as hell, but thankfully, Will pressed her to be more clear.
An entanglement?
Yes. Yes.
A relationship?
Yes, it was a relationship, absolutely.
We also finally got clarity on one of the biggest rumors, that Will supposedly gave August permission to sleep with his wife.
I could give permission in that particular circumstances myself.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah. But what August was probably trying to communicate, because I could actually see how he would perceive it as permission, because we were separated amicably.
Yeah.
And I think he also wanted to make it clear that he's not a homewrecker.
Now, if you're like us, you're probably wondering why August? Well, we'll let Jada explain it.
I just wanted to feel good. It had been so long since I felt good. And it was really a joy to just help heal somebody.
Eventually, August ended things, and they haven't spoken much since. Meanwhile, Will and Jada insist their marriage is now stronger than ever. Now, here's where it gets even messier. Despite years of rumors about an open marriage, both Will and Jada have denied that label. According to them, this wasn't an open marriage at all. In reality, Jada was the only one seeing other people. She described it as a transparent marriage, meaning she wasn't allowed to cheat, but she would still tell Will every time she did. And no, you're not the only one confused.
Everybody talks about you all the time.
Right.
You know, just lots of rumors and tabloids and all of that. And you're very careful in the book not in a whiny way or whatever. Let me clarify this.
Right.
Let me clarify these things that have been said. And one of the things that you are careful to clarify is it was never an open relationship.
Thank you. I'm glad, yes. It was
a transparent. You say it's a transparent relationship. And what do you mean by that?
So transparent meaning, look, I wasn't going to fool myself into thinking that we as 20-some-year-olds, babies, mind you, getting married and living in Tinseltown, spending a lot of time apart, okay, that we weren't going to run into temptation situations.
You're young, beautiful, rich, temptation.
Right.
You're apart a lot. Temptation is raining down
on you.
Yeah.
Exactly, right? And I'm like, hey, we got to be in partnership with this. Like, I wanted to face it head on and just go, I didn't want to create a culture of deceit or betrayal between us. And I just wanted to be real about it from the gate. I had seen so much just with, I knew what street fame brought dudes, okay? I knew what street fame brought. And I'm like, if street fame does that, I can only imagine what global fame does. And from me, my own experience walking into rooms, all eyes on me, and how intoxicating that was as a young woman. You know what I mean? It's like I had been there and done that, you know, in regards to my earlier years before I met Will. But I just knew that I just wasn't going to set myself up that way. But it was never an open marriage, you know, and like either one of us get to do whatever we want to do. That was never the case.
As you say in the book, it's about eliminating the possibility of betrayal.
Yeah.
If something happens or you want it to happen, talk about it.
Absolutely.
Which is the healthiest way to go in.
Listen.
Because it happens to everybody.
Listen, if you expect to be with somebody forever, ever, it's like, let's get real with it from the gate, you know?
Honestly, an open marriage might have made more sense than whatever this was. Once Jada put this out there, the internet went in on both her and Will. One person wrote, "They both do my head in, constantly gaslighting the public into thinking their mutual humiliation and betrayal isn't humiliating or betraying. What an exhausting family." And here's the kicker. People in Hollywood already knew what kind of relationship Will and Jada had, but things get even darker when you look at what was allegedly happening inside their home. Reports say men were coming in and out constantly, hardly a healthy environment for kids. This is why rumors started swirling about Jaden and Willow wanting emancipation. To really understand what was going on, you have to hear what Will's longtime friend Bilal revealed in an interview. Yes, you heard that correctly. adult videos were allegedly being played openly in the house while Jaden and Willow were present, and signs of discomfort have been showing for years. Jaden often appeared uneasy around Will, which many believe played a role in him stepping away from the entertainment industry altogether.
There's a distance in terms of affection showing between the general and his son.
Absolutely.
Is it like that at home or no?
Nah, not really.
We're very affectionate.
But have you ever
We're very affectionate.
He tried to kiss me in the
have you ever kissed your son on Thai television before?
You're not looking kiss
Can
my
you kiss your
son.
on Thai TV?
I can kiss my son. Jaden, come on.
Are you okay? Are you okay?
Oh my God, this is ridiculous.
What are you saving for? I'm gonna buy my parents' house. You're gonna buy your parents' house from them? From them, yes. Okay. Will they then stay there with you? No, I'm gonna give them a little apartment. Will that be like in the backyard, or where will the apartment be?
Bilal wasn't done either. He alleged that while Jada was humiliating Will on national television, Will himself was quietly involved with other men. One of those names? Bryshere Gray from Empire, who later entered adult entertainment. Will claimed he was mentoring Bryshere, but no one imagined this was what that mentorship looked like. It's
great. I'm watching him, he's with my man Charlie Mack. So Charlie was with me every step of the way. First out the limo. So Charlie has been with me, 30 years coming up in the business. So, he's surrounded by a whole lot of strength. He's surrounded by a whole lot of love. And all he has to do is add discipline, and he gonna be all right.
It's like Uncle Will, Who is best to give you advice? And it's Will Smith, and I'm getting so much good advice. I got my first acting role, Empire, and it's changing my life. And it's like I'm listening from the greatest, and it's like making me well prepared to work with Taraji and Terrence Howard.
Put out an interview with Will Smith grabbing Alfonso Rivera, squeezing his nipple and trying to put his finger in his. Jada responded to the first global interview that I did with you.
That was a global interview.
Yes, it went all over the world.
It was in Arabic, I saw it.
Yeah, it's India, everywhere. I talked for 2 hours.
Okay.
And I said some pretty, what some people may think to be outrageous things, but I knew them to be true and had the evidence to show that it was true. That's when Jada responded out of anger, not out of knowledge, wisdom, and understanding. Because for her to be a global iconic superstar, you rushed to the Breakfast Club to say, number one, that, I extorted you, there was a money shakedown. You said you didn't have all the facts. So that puts you in legal jeopardy right now. You said all the facts will come out. None of the facts came out. Now you, Will, and yourself are in legal jeopardy. Her lawyer sends me a cease and desist letter, which I had to report him to the bar. Kenneth B. Hertz, because he said I never knew Will, that I never worked for Will, and that he said he represented Willard Carroll Smith, which is Will's real name, but he was asking me to take down statements from Jada. So that's what we call in law overreaching. You cannot, if you're saying you represent Will, you can't compel me to do something against Jada, right? So I already knew that I had him legally. So I said, okay, I got y'all. Now, once that happened, there was another interview, of course, when she came outside and reiterated that she was suing, right? And there was another interview with TMZ just after that where one of the cameramen asked Jada, hey Jada, have you seen Will with any men before? And her answer was no. So now that's a lie too, because I put out an interview with Will Smith grabbing Alfonso Rivera, squeezing his nipple and trying to put his finger in his. After that, they reached out to me through many people, one being Charles Austin, AKA Charlie Mack, the federal informant. He reached out to me through a friend. From my understanding, allegedly, it was Will and Charlie.
Bilal laid it all out. And when Jada found out, she was livid. She went on The Breakfast Club, called Bilal a liar, and claimed she was preparing to sue him for defamation.
In the No Soccer Mom chapter, right, you shoot down every rumor there's ever been about y'all. That y'all are swingers, that y'all were both gay and playing each other's biz, that y'all were sleeping with whomever you choose.
Yeah.
How does it feel in 2023 to still have those same rumors out about people you love, like Will and Dwayne?
I know.
That just came out too recently.
Yeah, and let me just say this. It's ridiculous, right? And it's nonsense. And this is a person that tried a money shakedown that didn't work. We're gonna take legal action. Because it's one thing to have your opinion about somebody versus just making up salacious, malicious stories. Mm-hmm. So that's actionable. So we're going to roll with that.
But here's the thing. Bilal never received a cease and desist, and no defamation lawsuit ever came. Strange, right? Well, Bilal had an explanation for that.
Jada said she was going to sue you. Did she sue you, and why are you suing her? Can you elaborate there?
So, well, yes, Jada went on several platforms, The Breakfast Club, TMZ, saying that she was going to sue me and so forth and so on. Will was going to sue me, and the answer is no, because you can't sue somebody for telling the truth, right? That's number one. Then number two is that I said in an interview, if she didn't sue me, I was going to sue her, and I dared her to sue me because, like I said, being around Will for 38 years and Jada for almost 3 decades, I saw a lot of things that I believe to be criminal within that time. So at the end of the day, if you want to say you're going to sue or whatever, now's your chance. You could just countersue, right? But she hasn't done nothing yet. The only thing she's done was allegedly pay all these people like Megyn Kelly, the TMZs, and all these people to put smear campaigns out on me, right? Megyn Kelly's called me a glamour. I never knew Will. Well, how did I never know Will? And we got, I'm on his, he just shot me out on his first album and all the way to his book, Will, his autobiography, where he talks about me in the book, put my picture in the book, and put my name in the book. So it's no denying that. And if you pay a little bit more, you'll see how repugnant and diabolical Megyn Kelly is for some money.
Turns out Jada may have been bluffing, but Bilal wasn't. You can't publicly label someone a liar without consequences. Bilal is now suing Jada for $3 million, accusing her of defamation. That means Jada now has to prove in court that Bilal made everything up. And if Bilal produces even one of the tapes he claims exist, both Will and Jada could be in serious trouble.
I thought the Will and Jada sagas and entanglements and drama was out of the mainstream.
Bro,
here we are again.
It's back. Now, a man by the name of Bilal Salam alleges that Jada and her entourage basically rolled up on him at a birthday party in 2021. He said he was very close friends with Will for decades. But Jada and about 7 other people confronted him at Will's 53rd birthday party. And he claims that she became very aggressive. She told them that if he didn't stop telling her personal business, that he would end up missing or catch a bullet. That's what he's saying. He also claims that Jada was demanding that he sign like a non-disclosure agreement. And he said months later, they actually needed his help. He claims that, after Will's infamous Oscar slap, they were trying to use him to help him with crisis management. But according to the lawsuit, it says the plaintiff refused to perform tasks he believed to be illegal, unethical, or morally compromising. And he's basically saying that he didn't want to be involved in any cover-up or deceptive PR campaigns. And now he feels like they're retaliating against him, and he's suing her for $3 million.
So the threat was regarding what exactly? Rewind that for me.
So the threat was, stop telling my personal business. And he's claiming that she said, or end up missing or catch a bullet, according to him. That's what he's saying.
Got it. And he was working with the family.
That's what it sounds like, because he says he was very close to Will for years. And at one point they needed him. So, but he refused to cooperate with, stuff that he felt was illegal.
The most disturbing part? What Jada allegedly tried to do to silence Bilal. Knowing she couldn't win in court, she reportedly threatened him and sent people to intimidate him into staying quiet.
I got a driver, Fernando, that would drive me around. In Colombia, everything's cheap, so he'd drive me around, run errands, do everything that I need to do. Kind of like an assistant, right? So we're pulling up to my apartment in Colombia. And when I pull up to my apartment in Colombia, there are a bunch of guys with two guys with black pants and white shirt, Scientologist outfits, right? Not saying they're Scientologists, who knows, right? And then there was another guy who I found out to be a private investigator, and they were by my house. So I told him to drive past, right? So he drove past, he parked. And I'm like, damn, why are they in front of my house? But the crazy thing before that, somebody sent a picture of the front of my door in my apartment and texted to me from a number, right? With nothing. So I put two to two together. I'm like, damn, they might be out to get me, right? So we're driving one afternoon, and while we're driving through that afternoon, a car pulled up with a guy with a mask on, right? And tries to run my boy off the road. So he's trying to not run, because in Colombia, you have a lot of freeway parts, but you also have a part like there's no barriers. So you could, somebody make a wrong turn, you down there.
Because it's mountainous.
Yeah, so the car is, so my assistant trying to hitting the other car so we don't go on a barrier. So the guy put the gas on, boom, right? One of the people that I saw, even with the mask, I'm able to see it was one of the people that was at my apartment. So we rolled down the embankment, right? Glass breaking, everything. Like I could hear oh man, it was bad, right? So by the time I get myself together, I look over, my man got a big piece of glass like this stuck in his head, right? It's about this long, because the windshield broke when we was tumbling down. So finally the police came, the ambulance came, they took me to the doctor. So now my back is messed up, I gotta have black surgery, and then my knee. I have to have knee surgery, yeah. So
How is your driver?
How is he? He still got brain damage. He still got brain, I'm responsible for this guy now. He still has brain damage.
What's wild is how all of this is unfolding at the same time Diddy is facing prison. Jada and Will were reportedly connected to Diddy back in the early 2000s, but even Diddy wanted no parts of Jada. Allegedly, Will and Jada tried convincing Jennifer Lopez, Diddy's girlfriend at the time, to join them in a threesome. That's when Diddy reportedly backed away. And think about that. Being too wild for Diddy is saying a lot.
We're at a birthday party that I think either Matt Damon was giving for Ben Affleck. It was just a little gathering. It was at the Four Seasons. Will Smith and his sister and her husband, we were all sitting on this side of the room. Matt Damon, Ben Affleck, Jennifer Lopez, Puff, Will Smith, and...
There are also rumors that Will appears on one of Diddy's infamous tapes, which lines up with what Bilal has been saying all along. Just like Diddy, Will and Jada were allegedly recording everything that happened behind closed doors.
You heard about this sex tape that's being shopped around, a Diddy and another male? They say the other male is an A-list celebrity.
I would wonder if he's white or black. And if I'm looking at any black guys that are A-listers that's bigger than Diddy, there's only one that I could come up with. And there's a few I could come up with. Will Smith, he's bigger than Diddy. I would think Nick Cannon is bigger than Diddy. Who else on the black that are black actors or black in the business that's an A-lister that's bigger than Diddy, that's black? That's hard to think. But then if you got the A-listers, you know, you got to realize he ran with that black, that Rat Pack. And I don't want to even say their names because they said I got their names wrong last time. What's his name? Kushner? What's the other guy? Leonardo? Yeah, his name. Man, I don't keep up with these cats. But I heard that that's not only the tape that's being shot. There's some other tapes out there, other people too with him. And him doing some things with some other people. So it's quite a few tapes that might be out there, what they're hearing. And I don't want to see the tapes, but I want to know if they really true. Because if they got if they got some tapes out there and it's with some underage, whether it's celebrities or not, it's gonna be crazy, bruh.
Between the lawsuits, the alleged threats, the secret tapes, and federal pressure closing in, the carefully protected image Will and Jada built for decades is starting to crumble. What once looked like a complicated celebrity marriage is now being re-examined as something far more disturbing, with real victims, real consequences, and serious legal fallout. Let me know what you think in the comments. Hit like if this breakdown opened your eyes, and subscribe so you don't miss what happens next.